Hello guys, welcome to Avinya Solutions. So today I'm going to explain one more interview question, which is asked on triggers. This question is asked by the apexon company. So the question is, whenever the account record is created, so that record is sharing to the particular user through the apex. So we have a security model for the salesforce metadata. We have profiles and permissions and OWD sharing settings and the role hierarchy. There are many levels are there. So the scenario is, if the OWD is meant for provide, how can we share the record? We have two options are there. One is we can share that record through the manually, or we can share that record through the apex sharing. How can we do that? So right now I'm going to do that process. So that record is, that specific record is shared to the specific person, specific user through the apex. So how can we do that? So before going to practical sessions, I'm explaining how the process how can we share that record. So the process between I can explain. So just to let me open my scenario. After that I'm start practical session. The scenario is, this is scenario. Whenever an record is created, that specific record is shared with the particular user in the salesforce through the apex sharing. So now OWD is private. So if the OWD is set for the private, so we cannot share that record to the any user in the entire salesforce. So that record is shared in two ways. One is manual sharing, but second one is apex sharing. But in this in this interview, they are asking that record is shared through the apex. How can we do that? So before just let me open my notepad. So notepad. So for every customer standard objects, for every, we have in sales cloud, we have a account object is there, we have a contact object is there, we have a opportunity object is there, we have a lead object is there, we have a case object there. So there are so many standard objects are there in a entire salesforce. So every standard objects and every custom objects whenever has a one share object is there. For example, if I have a one, this is the, for example, this is the one standard object in the salesforce. So the share object is account share. So account is the standard object and the account share is the share object for the account. Likewise, if the contact is there, it is a standard object. For contact, there is a share object called contact share. Likewise, for the custom objects, for example, custom object double underscore. So this is a custom object. The share object for this custom object is the share object. This custom object is copy share. So this is the share object. So by creating this by allocating some memory or by instantiation this custom share object, we can share that record through the apex. So for sharing this record, we have a four properties are there in the share object, in the custom share object, or account share object, or contact share object. In the share object, we have a three fields are there, three properties are there. So by filling those three properties or three fields, we can share that record through the manually. So what are those fields? One is access level. Access level is, the pick list is read, edit all. So these are the four options. If we give the reader in the access level, the shared record is only readable only. So if we give the access as a edit, the record is read and editable also. So if we give the access level as all, he can do all the operations with that record. So in this way we can give the access. So we have to fill those access level field. So another one is parent ID. Parent ID. Parent ID means it is a ID of the record. ID of the record. So it is the ID of the record. So another third field is important, user or group ID. So this is the, if you want share that record to the specific group, specific public group or specific user, we have to mention those user ID or public group ID or anything it is. So in this way we can create the you can share the record to the specific group or specific individual person through the Apex sharing. So without any delay, let's get started. So now I'm going to Salesforce R. So let me open my Salesforce R. It's yeah. Let me open developer console. Let me open developer console. For the best practices, I'm going to use an Apex class. I'm going to use one Apex class for this implementing the trigger. So first of all, I'm going to create one Apex class that is sharing record. So in that I'm going to create one method that is public static void, share record. This method will accept the list of any object you can do. So for example, this method accept the, I'm going to share one record on account object. So this method accepts the list of accounts. So list records. So after that, I'm going to perform some operations for ACC list equal to copy records, and then I'm going to instantiation of share object. So the account share object is account share ACC share equal to new account share. So right now I'm just uh, initialize the account share object. So now I'm going to fill the I already told that there are three fields are there. One is access level, parent ID, and user or group ID. For access level, there is a read and edit and all is there. So among those, I want to give the all options. So for that, so by using this reference variable, sys dot access level, so share, this is parent ID, parent ID is there. So ID of the record ACC list dot ACC list dot ID, copy, and then I'm going to share this record to the particular user. For that, I'm going to, so user object, so in that user I'm going to query control username, last name, first name, name, query, execute. So right now we have different types of users are there. So users are associated with the ID. So I'm just copy that user ID, any user ID. So this user ID is belongs to automated first name, and last name is the process. Or this user is, for example, integration user. He is the integration user. So I'm just copying that integration user ID, and then just going to sharing the record object. Account access level. Okay. So ACC copy group grouper. So so this ID is, so account ID is the parent ID. So here it is. And then I'm going to insert those records into Salesforce database. For inserting those records into Salesforce database, I'm not bulkify this code. Why? Because I'm going to share the record, only one record. That's why I'm not going to bulkify the record. So I'm just inserting this record. So database dot. So anyway, just bulkify the code. List of account share save equal to new of list of account share. So this save dot add copy. So I'm going to insert one operation on Salesforce database out of the for loop. So insert. So this Apex class is successfully sharing. Now I'm just going to develop one trigger. So for that I'm going to trigger. Name of the trigger is sharing record through Apex. A subject is account. Why? Because whenever I'm just created the one record and account object, that record is shared. So that's why I'm going to perform a trigger on account objects. So this event is generally occurs in after the insert. So after insertion of record only we can share that record. So for that, after if trigger dot is after and trigger dot is insert. I'm just calling that Apex class from this trigger. What is the Apex class? So this Apex class is shared record. So this method is static method. That's why I'm without creating any object to that particular class. I'm just calling this Apex class with the direct method name. This method accepts the list of account records. So accounts. So I'm just passing the trigger dot new. So now I'm successfully share one record through the Apex. How can we do this? Just to see the one code, observe the code. Yeah. So parent ID is the parent ID is nothing but account ID. Account ID for the account. So access level, all of this stuff. So we have 4 fields in the share object. We have to mention those. We have to fill those 3 fields in the share object. By filling those 3 fields, we can share that record through manually through manually in Apex programmatically, not manually, through programmatically. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any doubts, please ping your doubt in the comment section as possible as I can answer your question. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video.